Hello friends, in this video I will talk about t-test versus z-test. That means when to use t-test and when to use z-test. Usually people are getting confused or many of us are getting confused that when to use t-test and when to use z-test. So probably this video can resolve your problem. So friends, firstly I'll talk about one sample test. That means when we want to compare the population mean with some value or when we want to compare the population mean and the sample mean, that is a case of one sample test. So the selection of t-test and z-test is depending upon usually two things, or rather I can say three things. The first one is the sample size, second one is the variance of population, and third thing is the type of variable. So type of variable, if you are having numeric kind of variable, because we are talking about one sample test, so in that case if you are having a single variable that is numeric in nature and we want to compare the mean difference, in that case we can go for either z test or t test. Now the selection will depend upon the size and the variance of population. If you are having the sample size less than n equals to 30 and your population variance is unknown, in that case we can use t-test. But if your sample size is greater than 30 and you are knowing the population variance, in that case the appropriate test is the z-test. But when the sample size is greater than 30 and still you are not knowing the population of variance, in that case also we can perform t-test. Now we will talk about the second test, that is the two samples test. That means when we are comparing the means of two samples. In that case, again the selection will lies or depend upon the two measured things, that is the sample size and variance of the population. And the criteria of t-test and z-test will be, we will having the two variables. In that one variable we can take as a numeric and second we can take as a categorical variable. And the remaining things will be same as the previous one sample test. That is, if the sample size is less than and equals to 30 and we are not knowing the population variance, we will apply t-test. When the sample size is greater than 30 and we are knowing the population variance, we will go for z-test. And when the sample size is greater than 30, we are not knowing the population variance, we will go for t-test. So friends, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope this video will resolve your problem and maybe clear your confusion that which test we need to use, either Z or T. Thank you so much. Stay connected. Happy learning.